Welcome to this edition of Get to Know Your Wayne State Football Program. I'm Sports Information Director Jeff Weiss, and joined today by Head Coach Paul Winters. Paul, we didn't get to do this last year after we won 8 of the final 9 games in 2019. Now we finally get to do it and talk about your favorite position, running backs.
Well, Jeff, I haven't seen you in like a year, so this is awesome for me. I love it.
So let's start at tailback.
Okay. You know, since we didn't play last year, this is a little bit more difficult because a lot of the guys really haven't played. It's almost a new position for us. But we do have a couple of guys who've been here for a while. Nick Isley, 6'2", 200-pound speedster, has had injury problems. We didn't really have much of a spring, but he had a good spring. Avery Hall, who in 2019 played a little bit at the end of the season and played in some of the big wins for us. You know, he's a 215-pound strong running back. So those are two guys with somewhat experience.
Right.
You know, Myron Harris is a young man who was basically like everyone else on the team, redshirted last year. But he comes in and he did a really great job for us and made quite an impression on us early last year. So very excited about what he's going to do in a game situation because he hasn't had it. Those are three guys that are big and strong, and they're all 200 pounds plus. On the other end of it, we have a couple of guys, Kendall Williams and Chandler Edwards, who are both 4'4", 100 and I won't say exactly how much they weigh. Soaking wet, exactly right. But they can fly, and you know, we've got the Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside guys, and you look at those five guys. Those are the guys that are returning that we're really looking forward to seeing what they do for us.
Sounds great. And you recruited a couple of guys, Prentice Reasonover from Toledo, Tavion Warren. What can you tell us about the recruits?
Well, they're not, well, Prentice, I think, is over 200 pounds, and Tavion's probably 190, but Tavion's probably 5'8", and his 190 is really solid. So you look at those two guys, and they're both guys that can be big, tough, physical runners, and Tavion's a guy who, kind of like Kendall Williams and Chandler Edwards, we can split him out wide, and he can go get the football for us. So
kind of like a Deontay Nicholas?
Exactly. Maybe a little thicker than Deontay ever was. But I don't know, you probably don't remember the semifinal game, I think it was, that Davison played, and Tavion was the safety, and he just rocked the kid from, I think, Catholic Central. And the ball came out, and it was a key to Davison winning. So he's a good football player. I'm very excited about him. Prentice Reasonover, he was an all-state player in the state of Ohio. So we're very excited about those two.
I always like getting those Lucas County guys up here.
Well, we like Ohio guys. Lucas County, we have to go there, I guess. No, we love it.
Sounds good. Fullback, you've got one guy returning in Will Butler with some experience, who played offensive line at one point for us, and two young guys in Nick Hayward and John Reba.
Yep.
And Nick was a guy that played a little different kind of high school football.
8-man football. Let's start with Will Butler. Will Butler, he's slimmed down a little bit. You know, he was 265, I think, this spring. And last I saw him, he's probably 250. And he's still a big, strong fullback, and he's a great blocker. Has you know, came here as an offensive guard and kind of followed in the footsteps of a previous Detroit Catholic Central fullback in Garrett Wiska.
Okay.
You know, so Garrett was a defensive lineman that we moved to fullback, and Will's a guard that we moved to fullback.
A touchdown pass even.
We'll see if we can do that for Will. But yeah, the longest ever. Anyway, Nick Hayward, we're very excited about him. He played 8-man football, and he didn't just play 8-man football. He dominated 8-man football. He played linebacker and running back, and you know, you turn on the tape, and every single play he's obviously involved, but you know, he's just dominating these little guys. And we're looking forward. I think he's about 6'2", 240. So we're looking forward to putting him in our backfield and seeing what he can do.
Sounds great. And John Reba is another fullback that you brought in.
John Reba was a fullback on a really good football team at Stony Creek, and Frank Potenza's school. They were a playoff team. I think he had a really good game against Chip Valley and really good season, and we're very excited about him.
Sounds great. Thanks again for watching this edition of Get to Know Your Wayne State Football Program.